We're out at the Kingdom right now, and I walked out here and I said, is this heaven? Kind of replaying the movie. And I've never been here before. So excited to be here. So excited to talk to Brian Coffman, TaylorMade's Executive Vice President of Global Sales. And Brian, what's behind us right now, I feel like is almost folklore to me. That I've seen it in videos. I've seen everything here. This is an awesome facility to be at. How do you guys use this facility typically? Is it just for fittings? Is it for a little bit of testing as well?
Yeah, a little bit of both. So Tom, first of all, welcome. Great to have you here at the Kingdom. As you can see, this we call heaven on earth. Yes. I think is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
So we use this facility both for fitting players. We'll have folks that come in here on occasion to get fitted for new products. But in addition to that, we have the best players in the world that will come here from time to fine-tune their game, work with our elite fitters that we have here on staff, and get ready for a season or for an upcoming event.
Yeah, I wish everybody could come see this, because we walk through the front door, you see a locker room on your left, and there's some big names on bags there. You've got Colin Morikawa, you've got Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler, Tiger Woods is probably the centerpiece in there. Two big names, though, that you've had recently on staff, number ones, Nelly Korda, Scotty Scheffler. What does that do for a brand like TaylorMade to have, especially those two ranked number one? What does it do for the brand to have those two representing what you do, your product, and ultimately showing golfers that the best players in the world are using this product?
Yeah, so first of all, wow, right? You just think about that, those names that you just rattled off. I mean, some of the best ever, and certainly in the game today, which we're certainly proud of. We bring those players to our brand really for a couple of different reasons. One, to validate the products that we launch on an annual basis, of course. And then two, really as important, to inspire consumers to get into the brand, to get into stores like Carl's Golfland, to trial these products and ultimately to play golf. And that's exactly the reason that we're doing it. Then to have the number one player in the world on the men's and women's tours, which we've never enjoyed that like we have this year. I mean, Tom, just think for a minute.
Yeah.
12 tour wins between the two of them this year, 2 major championships. They've been on a run that's absolutely incredible. And so that's great, but the other thing we'll do is we work on that farm system of players, and we've got to be looking to the next generation of iconic players. So we spend a lot of time with the AJGA, with the developmental tours, with college players, always working to build our staff.
Yeah, we got the chance to talk with Miles Russell, one of those younger players. He was just out where we were in Michigan at the junior U.S. Junior Am. Those players too, I always wonder, it's a big investment for you. Like you said, they're ambassadors and they're representing your brand, but it's an investment for you as well. In terms of sales, is that something that drives sales? Do consumers look at those players, even though most of us can't play like them? Is that a driver for sales for you to say, hey, these guys chose us, you should too?
No doubt about it. I think absolutely. Those players are inspiring consumers, as I mentioned, to get into products like TaylorMade products. The years where where you really can start to measure that are years when you have free agents.
Sure.
They're not assigned with not contracted with a particular company, and they're choosing to play your products. And they're choosing to play your products because they're the best performing products in the world. And we've had that happen time and time again. And so our sports marketing, global sports marketing efforts, they are critically important for our success in the business.
Made it a little bit easier too with 2 number ones, right?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
To switch gears a little bit with talking about the consumer, when COVID happened, as unfortunate as it was, golf took off and there was a boom. People started to play more, and it seemed like there were new entrants into the game as well. How did that impact TaylorMade from a business standpoint? Are you seeing an increase, or did you see an increase over that time in new entrants and maybe even an uptick in sales?
Yeah, no doubt about it. So COVID, as I think many of us know, I mean, golf has benefited from COVID happening. And so if you just look at the business in the U.S., total marketplace, up over 40% versus pre-COVID. I mean, Tom, it's amazing, which is great for companies like ours, great for companies like yours as well, right? We got more golfers playing the game. Rounds played are at an all-time high, the market's at an all-time high, and so we spend a lot of time focusing on how do we get the golfers that are playing golf, our core consumers, how do we get them engaged, how do we get them excited, and then of course, as you mentioned, we've had over 2.3 million new on-course golfers come into the game since pre-COVID.
Wow.
Women, children, minorities, a little bit of latent demand, and so how do we access those players? And they're all utilizing, they all gather information differently. And so we're utilizing our social media platforms, our tour players, our influencers to get to them and to start to influence how they think about golf, and certainly to get them to start to consider and then convert into TaylorMade products.
As you use influencers in marketing and social media, has there been maybe an educational piece to that with new golfers that maybe don't know what to look for? Have you had to ramp up efforts to say, hey, here's why this product is good, or educate the golfer on your product specifically?
Yeah, I don't know if it's specific just to the new golfers that have come into the game, but I think one of the things we try to do, our great company tries to do, is provide the benefits to the products that we bring to market. We want to make it easy for consumers to understand why they should be playing these products and what they can expect. What's the benefit? What's going to be in it for me?
Sure.
As you mentioned earlier, we all want to be like Rory McIlroy or Scotty Scheffler or Tiger Woods. It's hard to do that, but what we really want is we want consumers to feel as though they can see themselves in our products and see how those products are going to help them perform better.
Yeah. Golf is one of those unusual sports where, you and I are not going to go out and buy football helmets, right, because Patrick Mahomes is wearing it, but we will with golfers.
Right.
And I think something that people don't always look at is we tend to, because we're in the United States, we tend to just focus here, but this is a global effort. This is a global company, a global sport, and in different places of the world there are different needs, different wants, different trends. How do you as a company manage all of that under one umbrella? Because what someone in Japan wants is different from what someone in the US wants.
Yeah, great question. So I've spent the last 4 years personally spending time with our teams around the world. What we really do, and a great opportunity for our brand, we have offices, what we call subsidiaries, but essentially offices in all the major golf markets around the world. We hire local talent. They know the culture, they certainly know the golf community, they know the demands and needs of consumers in those markets, and we rely on our local talent in order to help us to commercialize the products that we have in market, whether it be the messaging for the products that are in market, or even whether it be, hey, there's a need for consumers in Japan or in Korea for products that maybe we don't sell from a global perspective, or certainly here in the United States. I've got plenty of examples of that, but the key in all of this, Tom, is to rely on our local talents and our local teams.
You say local talent. We're in California right now, but we're from Michigan. I know you have ties to Michigan as well. You actually, back in the old days, you were working as a sales rep for TaylorMade, and you called on Carl's Golfland. How important has that relationship with TaylorMade and Carl's Golfland been to not only you in your career as you've evolved, but TaylorMade as a company as well? Yeah,
I appreciate that. I've got just almost 26 years working for TaylorMade Golf, been a great company to work for. I got my start selling products in 2000. It would have been in 2000 at Carl's Golfland in the Detroit area, and certainly calling on Carl's Golfland. I've learned a lot with that relationship, and I learned a lot in my selling just in the Detroit area as well. Having the right products, having the right product mix, understanding SKUs, how to merchandise products. I learned a lot from Carl himself about servicing customers and how to do that. And I've taken many of those things that I learned starting back in 2000, Tom, and I use those. I've used those throughout my career. I use them to this day. I think the other thing I'd say is the relationships.
Yes.
I cherish and value relationships very much like you do, and the relationships I've developed with the team at Carl's Golfland over the years, it's very important to me, and it's been really a great run together.
Yeah, I know we feel the same way about you as well. I think, we talk about tour players playing TaylorMade. I think we want to know what you're playing too. You're not on the tour level, but what's in the bag? All the tour guys get to do what's in the bag. We're going to do it with you. What are you playing?
I'm far from it. But I have to tell you, I've got a QI10 core driver in my bag right now that I absolutely love. I love the look, and I love the performance of this product. Hands down, best driver I've had in play.
Okay.
The guys here at the Kingdom, right behind us, they fitted me into a 3-wood and a 7-wood this year. So high lofted 3-wood, 16.5 degree, and then a 7-wood for the first time, which I'm absolutely loving. If you haven't tried a 7-wood, you should try it.
I'm in the 7-wood category now. I love it too.
That's awesome. Set of P770 irons, which are just fantastic. I've got MG4 wedges in the bag, and then I've also got a Spider Tour X putter in my bag, which I'm loving. TP5X golf ball for me as well.
And there you go. Brian Coffman, Executive Vice President, Global Sales for TaylorMade. We're out here at the Kingdom talking all things TaylorMade.